So, believe it or not, there's still a lot of people who are doing the necessary steps. And I say necessary steps because that's what they made it out to be in order to continue the pathway down BG wealth sharing. What I'm going to share with you is pretty much what the professor said earlier, and it has a lot of red flags, many of which people have pointed out before, but now I'm viewing it from a different lens and I'm able to see them a lot differently now. So I just want to make this a video that addresses those who are still going down the pathway of setting up the new exchange, who've paid the 12%, all of these things, just so you can start thinking about it from a certain way, so you can understand how to protect yourself and not fall victim to what everything seems to be, which is BG is definitely not doing any real trades. So, and what I mean is, if they were doing real trades, I think that would be the focal point, not what I'm about to show you. So that way, if you understand it, now you can say, okay, I know what this is about. Let me at least do my part and develop skill sets, assets, and get the right access, so that way I don't get caught holding a bag or continuing to pour in money to something that is not even copy trading. And I'll point out what I mean. And many of you probably saw this, but if you didn't, follow along and you'll see the red flags that I see. And many of you already saw it, you caught it, I get it. But I just wanted to point this out because a lot of people are still buying into this concept of copy trading. Copy trading is a real thing. That was really what I was talking about in one of my original videos. Copy trading is a real thing. Being an affiliate for a company is a real thing. You merge those two. That's what I thought BG wealth sharing was all about. However, it doesn't look like it's any trades taking place. It just might be numbers on the screen when I look at and as I vet different copy trading platforms that actually are doing trading, that actually exist. And I'll be sharing a couple that, for you to consider looking into for yourself, so that way you can still be earning passively, but still learning the concepts of trading if you care to do so yourself. But let's get into the messaging of what Professor Stephen Beard said and the red flags that I'm talking about. Now, this is what Professor Stephen Beard said, whether real or fake. This is what he said. And if you've already made up your mind on BG to not continue to pursue anything that they're talking about, just consider this as a news update of what's taking place currently. If you never were dealing with BG, then of course this isn't for you. This is for those who are still hopeful for what seems to be a facade altogether. So this is what was said. He said, therefore, this is the core direction. Oh, let me go back. I started at the beginning. All right, he said, good afternoon. Dear members of BG team, before the trading signals are released, please remind your friends and team members to stay online and follow the messages in the Bond Chat trading group so that everyone can receive the latest team updates in real time and take advantage of the trading signals promptly. BG's vision to empower every proactive investor to become an active participant and owner within BG, and to ensure that every investor can build a stable source of income within the BG ecosystem. Today is Monday, and I would like to take advantage of today's meeting to share a detailed overview of the Future Team Agency tier system and rewards program for BG Wealth Sharing within HQIEX. Many members have recently been asking about the upcoming development model, team building, and payout distributions. Therefore, I am addressing everyone today to provide a unified explanation, and I ask that you share this information with one another after the meeting. Now, I think more people are asking about withdrawing their money than they are with the upcoming development and team building and payout distributions. People are wanting to know, can I withdraw? Can money hit my account that I can use, that I can touch? That's what more people are asking, not this. That's just based on my observation, based on my perspective, and you correct me if I'm wrong. If you're interested in the development of the new platform, the team building aspect of it, then you let me know. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Then he goes on to say, first, under the new team framework, you will officially advance to level 1 once you have 3 direct members. This means you can immediately contact the assistant to submit your promotion application. Upon successful promotion, you will receive a $50 bonus, followed by a fixed weekly team reward of $30 paid every Monday. Now, it goes on to show this whole compensation plan that he, says that people are interested in, and it's a full image of the different ranks and the different levels. So this is the major red flag, because what should be important right now should be, are the funds frozen? If not, can people withdraw and get it into their bank account? How can they go about doing it? Not just saying that the platform is under audit and things of that nature, and then trying to get people to pay a 12% initially, which transition into putting down a new deposit to a new platform, a new quote-unquote platform. And the team building aspect is looking like what is actually funding everything. And I know people said that before, but my perspective was different at that time. And then over time, I realized, I actually may have been bamboozled. That being said, them showing and talking about the recruiting aspect of it does further go down the rabbit hole of just recruiting actually being what funds everything. Nobody get paid if nobody's recruiting. What should be the case is, if you build up the confidence in people, if this was really true trading, if this was truly copy trading, the confidence of people can be built just based off of the trades being successful, whether people recruit or not. See, it's too many things going on the back end, to the point where a person shouldn't be willing to recruit or bring people into BG Wealth Sharing anyway during these times, just due to everything that was going on. I definitely officially stopped giving people the option to enroll, but I'm still just documenting what's going on and giving my perspective of it. But if they're heavy on talking about the recruiting side of things, then that means that they are using or wanting that aspect to fund everything, not the trades, not focusing on the win ratio, not focusing on people being able to withdraw their money, the recruiting and people funding their accounts being what actually pays people. And that is where there's a huge major red flag that I see brighter than ever before. Then it goes on to say, by extension, as your team continues to grow and meets the requirements of level 2, you will not only receive a one-time promotion bonus of $150 right away, but you will also be eligible for a 100 weekly team reward every Monday based on 4 payouts per month. This means the faster your team grows, the greater your long-term earnings and development potential will be. Now, for the person who's quick to, jump down the pathway of recruiting and jumping into the new platform and looking at this as a money grab, then those numbers will sound favorable. It's like, I get paid 4 times a month instead of 3 times a month. I get the bonuses, the upfront, without looking at, is this something that could be a true solution for people that's not giving out Ponzi scam vibes? So you got to pay attention to those things, because they're only focusing on the recruiting side and not people getting withdrawals successfully and being able to prove that they're actually doing real trades. It's very important to know. And that way you understand that, so you don't go down the same rabbit hole continuously and just buying into whatever they're saying inside of the bond chat. Be very mindful. Now, he then goes on to say, of course, I want to clarify one point up front. We will not be distributing any bonuses today. Currently, all BG Wealth Sharing members are still in the process of migrating from old exchange to the new HQIEX. This is a massive transition involving a vast number of accounts, data, team networks. Everyone needs time, and we still have a substantial amount of work to complete. Therefore, our current priority remains focused on completing the overall migration and restoration. So if that's the priority of getting people migrated, why are you doubling down on the recruiting aspect and people bringing people in? If you haven't solidified that, why are you bringing new bodies into something that is so incomplete? Now, I understand done is better than perfect, or people releasing something that's not its finished product, but after the debacle of everything that took place with BG and everything that's gone on from news, funds frozen, all of those things, you shouldn't be trying to bring people in. You should be trying to prove that you were doing righteous business, if that was the case. Then said, next, I need to address a key point regarding team relationships. Many members have expressed concerns, asking, will the team I previously built still belong to me? I can tell you unequivocally that as long as your direct referrals have never truly left BG Wealth Sharing, they will always remain part of your team. Since everyone's funds on the original platform did not disappear, but were instead fully transferred to HQIEX, I don't know that to be true, the corresponding team structures will, in principle, be preserved. So he's saying that people are wondering about their team. He said the direct referrals will still be a part of the team. That doesn't say anything about a person who had a team organization and had a lot of indirect referrals as well. Let's keep going. However, please understand that the migration process is not yet fully complete. Team data, member counts, hierarchical structures still need to be recompiled and verified. This is not a simple data copy paste. It's a massive undertaking. Consequently, rebuilding this entire framework will take some time, and we ask for your understanding and patience. Right now, your most critical task is to start rebuilding your team framework. For him to say, or whomever to say, that the most critical task for members is to start rebuilding the team framework, another red flag. I would also like to explicitly remind you that if you simply rely on your past team structure without engaging in new market development, you will still receive the weekly team rewards every Monday once the data migration is finalized. But you will not qualify for the one-time advancement bonuses tied to new promotions. Therefore, rebuilding your team and revitalizing the market will be your primary objectives in the next phase. So they're really doubling down on, hey, main thing you need to be doing is recruit. That's that. Forget about what we should be doing on our end or should have done on our end. You need to be worried about recruiting if you want to really benefit from what's coming along with it. Giant red flag. Moving forward, BG Wealth Sharing will heavily adopt 3x3x3 team growth models, a new model they adopted for, when people are recruiting. It was a little different before, but basically it's saying your goal is not infinite superficial expansion, but rather perfecting the duplication of your first tier. The first tier duplicates the second duplicates the third duplicates the fourth, and so on, extended downward. Once this duplication logic is established, you will find your team's growth rate becomes far more stable than in the past. Therefore, this is the core direction for the future development of BG Wealth Sharing team: effortless duplication, seamless execution, structured stability, powerful viral growth. Do not try to accomplish everything on your own. Instead, learn to grow together with your team. Only when this system is fully established can the market recover. Once the market recovers, the entire team can get back on fast track to grow. So they're saying if you're not recruiting, things are not going to be sustainable in so many words, and focusing on the growth of it and expanding downward and growing your organization. So those are huge red flags for me, but I'll keep going. You already get the point of the video, but I just wanted to point this out. This is what's funding everything, and they're still trying to recoup from those who newly invest. And if you are still pushing this and letting people join at this time, that's not a good display of integrity, in my personal opinion. So do with that information as you wish. He then said, I also want to share a personal thought with you all. As of right now, the number of BG members who have successfully migrated to the HQIEX has exceeded 200,000 people. I don't know that to be true, but that's what it said. And then it said that more and more members are resuming trades and reactivating their accounts. I hope that moving forward, you will treat this as your own business rather than just going through the motions of trading every day. Do not be a robot that simply clicks buttons. When you encounter things you don't understand, pay closer attention to our meetings, keep learning, and think critically. Everything I'm saying is you thinking critically. If you're thinking critically, I think you'll see what I mean when I say that. It's looking like the recruiting aspect has always and still is moving in the direction of being the thing that funds the account, not the true trades. They're not focusing on the trades or people being able to make withdrawals, because that's the true testament of success in a platform. Are the trades real, verifiable? If you're using, crypto, verifiable on the blockchain in some way, shape, form, fashion. Can people withdraw successfully without going through so many different hoops? Very important. Then it says the purpose of investing has never been just about making money. It is about building habits, expanding your mindset, and learning to think independently. When your perspective begins to evolve, your life will transform along with it. See, that's how you weave in some BS with some truth. Yes, investing, it is about making money, number one, but it is about also building good habits and expanding your mindset. And when you learn to do these things, then your life will transform. But if you're not learning anything through the copy trade, and if it's not showing any proof or signs of validity in terms of real trades taking place, then you're not thinking independently if you're blindly believing that that is happening without recruits. So if you think independently and critically, I think you'll come to a similar or same conclusion that I've come to over time and being okay with being wrong publicly. Just sharing this because a lot of people are still buying into it and testing it out, seeing if they're going to be able to withdraw. Let me know if you have been able to withdraw, if you did transfer to the new platform. It's nothing against you. I just want to, be in the loop of if you were able to successfully withdraw. You're testing it out for yourself, seeing if you're able to move your funds over. I get it. I'm just not with it. And as a result, I'm sharing this with you. That's all I got for this video. Mr. Smith signing out. Salute.